Hello, YouTube. It's Silver Age Dave, and I'm in the comic room. Today is Tuesday, I believe. I think it is Tuesday. I would almost guarantee it. Uh, yes, it's Tuesday. I just figured it out. You can take it from me. Today's Tuesday. Anyway, thank you to all of the zero people that are here watching right now. Really appreciate you. If anyone else shows up, I'm going to appreciate them too. And it's just nice to have a little afternoon time. I killed it at work yesterday, and got to turn my volume down. So, hello, Bubs Comics. Nice to see you, Chris. Hey, how are you? You are top of the heap, my friend. Nice to see you, Chris Linkovich. Great to see you, my friend. Thanks for stopping in and joining me for a little bit. As sometimes happens, it is time for a lunch pop. So, guys, drink them if you got them. Musing's nice to see you. How are you, my friend? Take a sip of lunch pop. So, I thought I'd start with the copa warning. Okay, there it is. No kiddos, right? If you're not 18, come back later. I'll look forward to having you watch the videos later, but apparently this stuff is not for kids. That's what they tell me. So go figure. Comic books are not for kids. News to me. Hey Matt, nice to see you. Thank you for joining in. Looks like we've got a few people in here already. So maybe Tuesday lunchtime is a good time. As always, I hope I'm not stepping on anyone's toes. I went on YouTube. I didn't see any live streams, but it's really odd right now. The notifications, I have to hunt for people lately. And I don't know if it's the copa stuff or what it is, but people, I'm subscribed to, 1,500 channels and, probably more. And a lot of times I got to go hunting. And so hopefully I'm not stepping on anyone's toes that was doing a live stream. But anyway, Grotto, nice to see you. Grotto's been killing it. He's had some cool videos lately. Luther Manning, always killing it. Always barefoot and gambling. Yeah, barefoot and gambling got to go. Patrick has a lot of great content he puts out, and he asked if anyone would like sailing videos, and I love sailing, so I commented right away. No, he's asked about some content for his comic book channel about sails, SALE, and I'm a big fan of whatever you put out, man. So that's great. So I've been buying not a ton of stuff. I kind of spent most of my budget for the year on one comic book, which I'm thrilled about, and I've been showing that every video. So we're going to show that. That came in. That was my birthday present to myself, and it came in, and I'm just ecstatic about it. So that's the spot right there where it normally would be, that big blue hole in the wall. But I thought I'd bring it down here, and we'd look at it a little bit together. And I don't know if I can get that to stand up or not, but I'm gonna set that there. So I have been shopping a bit, and let's see that grail again. I like the way you think, Matt. Thank you. I love it. I just love it. So as luck would have it, when it rains, it pours. And there's a lot of things. I think I explained this. This has been my grail book since the early 80s, when I held a raw copy in my hand that was beautiful, much nicer, I think, than this. And they wanted about $100 for it. It was just under $100, but I could never scrape together that money on freshman year in high school or junior high. $100 back then, you'd think comics were 60 cents maybe. So coming up with 100 was outside my realm of things I could do. So I never bought it. And though I focused on Thor books, I decided that I wasn't going to dive into Journey into Mystery unless I could get that particular book. And for years, I got into the bad habit of just assuming I would never own one. So sorry, long story here, guys. Fun Comics, welcome to the chat. Bonix, maybe I pronounced that right. Nice to see you. Thank you so much. So there's some things I skipped on, and unfortunately, some of those things are pretty pricey right now. Some of the Journey into Mystery books that I, could have had for a song, 20 years ago, and just never bought them. I had my heart set on this one. So now what's happened is some books are starting to find me, and very affordably. I'm very disciplined when it comes to comic hunting. I'm very patient, and so however that is, there's also a little bit of destiny in it, maybe. And Rob, nice to see you. Thank you, fellow Ohioan. Well, I'm from Toledo. Where you at, Rob? Let me know. So I happened to be on eBay about a week ago, and I've been searching Journey into Mystery. I shared with some people, and I've talked with Patrick a few times. I bought a commercial heat press, and I'm going to start heat pressing my books. I've never done it before. The stuff I sent in to CBCS a year ago, I was very, very happy with the results. But I've been researching heat presses for a long time. So really what I've been searching have been raw books. But lo and behold, what showed up the other day is this little beauty right here. It's the Golden Record reprint. It's a PGX, and it's an 8.5, and I didn't realize this about the PGX. I think I own one PGX book, which I'm very happy with, the grade on it and such. But I didn't realize they put the month in the year. So this particular book was graded October of '09. It looks really, really nice to me. So, hey, Paulo, nice to see you. Matt, I don't have an ASM #1. That would be a big book. I've considered finishing my ASM run. I've got a handful of books I would need, and unfortunately, as so happens, that is a life commitment if you want to knock out an ASM. Even 1 to 50 is kind of crazy. Hey, look at that. We have Area 51 is in the chat. Rob is between Cincinnati and Dayton. Yeah, that's not far at all. That's not too terribly far. No, this is the Golden Record reprint, Mike, and it showed up, and I couldn't believe it. I really, they had a lot of high quality pictures. When I saw this, it had been listed for about 1 minute. I mean, it popped up. It was a buy it now, and it was very inexpensive. Anyone who's got eBay can research it. I actually forget what I paid for it. I think it was under $200, and it was PGX, so it fit the bill for me. And the corners on it are sharp and beautiful. I thought, boy, it looks a lot nicer than an 8.5. Everything's sharp on it. There are no spine ticks. I know with Mylar, it's tough to see, but there are no spine ticks on it. It looks clean and flat. You see a little bit of a shiny stuff here on the cover. That's just sparkles from the case. That's not on the book itself. And I thought, how can I say no to that? The only thing on here that I found to be a little bit odd, 179. Bubs found it. Yeah, I thought it was in there. Myth Lab is in here. All is well, my friend, with myself and with family. Living Room Con is in here. And James Higgin, keep up the running, Dave. Yeah, we're going to talk about the running in a minute too, maybe. So on the back of it, it's got, a little bit of mark on it where it appears to me, let me grab a comic book here. it almost appears to me as though a comic was sitting on it, like maybe like that, for I don't know how long, for maybe a long time, because there's a little bit of a discoloration up here. And I don't know if that can be fixed. Sorry about all the glare. Don't apologize about the glare. I know, but there is a little bit of a glare. That's hard to get. But there's it's just a slight discoloration where something was sitting on it. And I don't know if, back in '09, if they were putting books on a heat press, if someone maybe pressed it on, but it doesn't explain why it would be offset like that. Exactly what happened. Yeah, so that's what you think it was a heat press in '09? I don't know. Or if it was just sitting for a long time. Let me know, Patrick, what you think. But that's the side I'm going to be looking at, which is beautiful. And I didn't realize this. They're not exactly the same, which, makes sense. They were printed at different times. I don't know how to get them both in there. The coloration on the original issue is a lot darker through here. And mostly they're exactly the same. Obviously, the price little thing is gone there. And hey, we've got the dorkeries in here. That part got more oxidized than the covered portion. Okay, there we go. Now we know. And so I'm just ecstatic to find these. And frankly, this was an auction I won, and I stole it. I absolutely stole it. St. Peter, when I get up there, hopefully, he's probably going to kick me out for 100 different reasons, but I hope I get a high five for that one. Like, hey, you really killed it that day, Silver. That's what he might tell me if he's a comic book fan. And then this one, I think I did really well on. I'm very excited to have it. Lawrence, King of Comicdom, he has a beautiful copy of it. And other than the little bit of discoloration on the back, I would compare this with any. It doesn't look like it was ever even opened. So that is a very, very exciting thing. I'm calling that an unboxing, which I already unboxed. Hey, we got Woody Warren in here. Hello, Woody. Gold School is in here. Great YouTube community member. Nice to see you. Hope Bub is not here, LOL. That's what we were all thinking, Woody, but I hate to disappoint. Put them in a dark room. Maybe there'll be a third in the morning. Yeah, I like it. I like the way you think. Speaking of thirds, though, so while I was in the ether about this one, the very next morning, I woke up and what do my eyes see? Again, on eBay, but this beat up, terrible golden record reprint. Hey, we're wrecking everything here. I'll just lay that down. These go for a pretty penny. A lot of money for an unopened one. Well, this is an opened one, and it's very loved. Okay, and as you can see, it's a little beat. The corners are rough. I didn't even look and see if the record is in there. I really didn't care all that much. There's the record. Mighty Thor Part 1, Mighty Thor Part 2. Beautiful. Smells good. I know you're supposed to smell the comics, but I never really smell the vinyl too often. That is not bad. I like that. And what's cool is this is like half torn apart, so I could get the record in there really easy. And of course, it's got the Mighty Thor, so there's a third copy right there. And I'm just happy to have this. And this one, again, if you're on eBay, you can find it. I got this, I think, at or under $200. And so what was interesting about it was this little thing right here. And that goes with this little thing right there, the certificate, which I don't know if that's worth the paper it's written on, but pretty exciting to have that. and it is a beat up copy, and I love it. So it's got the little sticker on here that goes along with this little sticker over here that says it's authentic. And I compared it to the only Stanley signatures I have, and it looks authentic. So I'm good with that. And so basically just completed a set. This one, the same exact thing that happened on the Golden Record reprint. It was listed, and this one I found there was like a day and a half left. I think it was a 2-day auction. No one had bid on it. And I reached out to the person. Literally, it's like 1 day after getting this thing. And I reached out to the seller who sells a lot of sports memorabilia, signed stuff. And I reached out and I said, hey, that is really a cool thing, but I'm in a hurry to get it. Would you consider a buy it now? And they said, hey, just put a bid in. I'll close the auction right now. And I didn't even know you could do that. Yeah, that would be great, Luther. I'll get that big tattoo. Maybe you figure that out. If you know anyone who's been in prison, they could get me a deal on the tattoo, because I want to save money there too. So I reached out and I said, I'm not even sure if you can do that. Once I put a bid, isn't the auction locked? And the guy said, nope, put your bid in for the minimum and I'll just close the auction. And sure enough, that came my way. And this has a considerable amount of wear and tear. Someone listened to it, someone loved it, and I don't care, because I'm going to find a record player and I'm probably going to listen to it and love it. But that's been an exciting little week that I've had. There you go. So let me put this up here, and I'm going to check the chat and see what's happening and see what's going on in there. I'm going to try it again. I'm glutton for punishment. I know this fell over once, but that's what the case is there for, is to protect it from falling over when I am a glutton for punishment, right? Put that, boy, maybe I'll just stand it over here. I need a box or something. All right, let me check this chat here. I don't want to miss anybody. Looks like I have first edition comics in here. Nice to see you, first edition. Thank you, Discovery Bay, the guy who organizes the whole community on a day-to-day basis. Thank you so much. DBC is what I call them, but check out Discovery Bay, and please sub each other up. I know that YouTube, in their infinite wisdom, said you got to have these ridiculous copa warnings now, so no kids learn anything about comic books, and you can't click on the little thumbnails anymore. Like in here, I used to say, oh, I'll just click on Discovery Bay. And now I click on that, and it says I can report them or remove them or put them in timeout or hide the user or add as a moderator. Hey, that's how you add a moderator. I always wondered how you do that. Go figure. But you can't sub them up that way. So you got to type them in and find them. And I recommend everyone in here. Luther Manning has a Dremel tool and some ink, so I think we're going to be good to go on that back tattoo. I like everything about that, Patrick. Backseat Driver is in here. Thank you so much. And Tiger Fist Comics is in here. Nice to see you. You've been seen, my friend. Big O is in here. Nice to see you. Lots of great people. Mighty Jared 78. What is your Facebook? My Facebook is a funny thing that happened. Is like, I don't know, 10 years ago, like every old person, I found out about Facebook and I said, I'm gonna go on there. And I went on Facebook under my name, and all of a sudden I had 200 friends, that people I wasn't friends with in high school, people I wasn't friends with in college, all these friends, right? And what was interesting to me is I got to know everything they had for dessert the day before. And there just came a point where I said, I'm done with Facebook forever. And I didn't close it, but I just changed my name on there. And I don't want to say I unfriended everyone, but I did a clean sweep of just a couple of family people. And I use it for my running group. Bang. So long story short, my Facebook name is Run Forest, okay? In the running group, when people see me, they say run Forest, and I'm always out running. I run a lot, and so if you want to find me on Facebook, it's Run Forest. But it's unlikely that I don't have that many friends. I think I've got like 30 friends, but most of them are just my running group or like my specific family. So not the best way to to share information. I also have Instagram, which I have no clue. So I hide from Instagram. It moves too fast for me. I do have email, which is nice. Roger and Metarog Roger and Alan Garrett and I were just emailing each other some funny stuff just yesterday and today. So that's a good way if you want to talk more. And then I have a bunch of people who have my cell phone number, which I can't give out here, but if we get along one way and you want to text, then that's okay too, I guess. So anyway, that's my Facebook story. I don't know if you guys have a similar Facebook story, but that's my story. So it looks like Scott Neely is in here. Nice to see you, Scott. And Kevin Taylor, nice to see you, Kevin. Alex, the comic hoarder, nice to see you, buddy. So running, I've been running like a champ. As long as Alex is in here, we'll talk running, because that guy, he probably runs like a 12-minute 5K. I wouldn't put it past him. He's a blur. And I always thought I could go running with him, but it's got to be a long enough distance, and it'd be like the turtle in the hare. And if it was far enough, then maybe I could catch him. Jambo's in here. Nice to see you, Jambo. Great job on the No Faces chat last night. That was very fun. I was running and listening to that, and I just want to make sure I've got everybody. So much drama and junk on Facebook. Amen. I really don't go on there. It's good for my running groups because they post like group run stuff and meetups, and that's what I like that for. So what I've been doing is I'm training to finish some more of these 100-mile races. My next one is going to be in July 25th or 26th or 27th. I don't know what day it is, but that one's in kind of Akron area, like Biggie Shack land. And then the next one is Oil Creek, which is in Pennsylvania. It's in western Pennsylvania, northwest Pennsylvania, called Oil Creek 100-mile run. And that's the big one that I'm training for. That's going to be a tough one. But just today I did like a fast 5K, or yesterday I did a fast 5K. Today I'll go running. Love running lately. So, it's just good to be active and fit. Plus, Reggie Simmons, look out. Remember like a month ago, I said I'm challenging him to a a push-up contest. I was up to like 3 that I could do. Well, now I'm knocking out 30 at a time, doing like 3 sets of 30, plus I'm lifting some weights. So look at that. That is like young Silver Age Dave right there. And, if I had my shirt off, it would look less impressive. But this shirt is impressive. So, Reggie, I'm coming for you. Reggie put on Instagram or somewhere, he banged out 30 push-ups in like 10 seconds. So I'm not there yet, but all I need is time. I love good inversion table time after a run next morning. No, I don't have one. What I do is drink a lot of gin every night, and that tends to keep me healthy. I don't know if it's the best method, but at my age, sometimes you need a cocktail. Still looks like a knot in a thread. You are funny, Area 51. Yeah, well, hey, Matt, you know what? Reggie, he's a class act. He's one of those great guys in the community. He seems to be cool, calm, and collected, and he keeps it all together, like Alex Comic Order does too. But he's just a great guy. So I don't have any plans of ever being able to match him in sit-ups, or sit-ups. I keep saying sit-ups. That he would kill me. Show off. Yeah, see? It was just fun that I said that. Never any expectation, but it was nice that he recognized it and threw some push-ups out there for me. And if nothing else, it showed me the form, the right way to do it. So that was nice. So the other thing I bought the other day, which I thought was cool, is I bought a few of these Action Comics number ones. These are the Loot Crate. I think these are the 1997. I think is when they happened. It's got a little certificate on the back. So I bought a bunch of those. Someone had a bunch of them and threw them on eBay. And I don't know what was going on, but I threw in a bid on them and I ended up winning a whole box of these. And so that's pretty exciting. And I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I think I'm gonna give them, like, I've got some kids, and I think I'm gonna give them to them, and like birthday parties and stuff like that. So hey, you know what? That was an exciting thing, and these things came. There's like a whole bunch of them, and they came in this giant box, just like banging around in there. And I didn't think that was so cool, but I do like having that. And just a few weeks ago, I had shared, maybe it was a month ago now, I bought a collection of comic book related stuff. And I've showed off this before. This is the Action Mystery Thrills. It's got all the Golden Age covers. It's so beautiful, beautiful book. But I bought a huge collection of that type of stuff. And I bought like 1,000 dinosaurs. Okay, no kidding. I have so many dinosaurs, you can't even believe it. Toy dinosaurs and all kinds of crazy amounts of dinosaurs, from little Marx dinosaurs. It had a couple of these little Marx set guys in there, but the little caveman. But it had all kinds of dinosaurs. Well, just today I was going through the box because a lady's buying a whole bunch of these German dinosaurs from me, and it had this in there. And I'll try to show that. That's Nessie, right there. Loch Ness, it says on there, and it's like really. It's not rubber at all. I don't know what it is. I don't want to break it. It's not ceramic, but it is really, really cool. And I got thinking, hey, Geeks, Drinks, and Comics, nice to see you in here, my friend. And it brought back so many great memories for me. I mean, the guys that are in my general age group, do you remember how exciting the Abominable Snowman was, and Bigfoot, and the Loch Ness Monster, and D.B. Cooper, and all that stuff? It was so exciting as a kid to have that. And I don't care if they've proved there's no Nessie, or if, I don't care what they say. I believe in Bigfoot. I believe in Loch Ness Monster. I believe in the Abominable Snowman. And, I hope D.B. Cooper's out there and still spending all that money. It was just a fun time because there was mystery and excitement, when you were a kid back then. And now they try to disprove everything. And the reality is, that was a cool part of the childhood, was being able to believe in that kind of stuff. So that's a dinosaur I'm not going to sell. I'm going to keep Nessie in here as part of the comic room. I'll find a good place for her. And anyway, I am selling dinosaurs like a madman, and I never expected, in our hobby, we know there's a very vibrant resale market, but when you get into other things, you scratch your head and you say, well, who would buy that? And probably the same thing those people are saying about us. Who would buy comic books? And ultimately though, I'm listing comic books, not many, just a couple. But I'm actually listing more dinosaurs on my eBay page than anything right now. It's really, really wild. Hey, Mastodon, thank you for joining us and spending a little time this afternoon, everybody. Yeah, Matt Woods, those things were all great things. Well, those things are extinct. No, say it ain't so, Scott. I know they've mapped out Loch Ness. And they've searched every inch of that place, but maybe Nessie hibernates or something. Maybe she's in there, and that's good with me. So, and let me take a quick here. Oh yeah, Matt has has the Nestle Quick reprint from '84. Those are great. Yeah, you can't go wrong with the reprints. Even the newer reprints that are going, I'm still buying a few of them that I figure, hey, can't have too many. That's okay. And let's see what Bub says. I ordered an abominable snowman on eBay a month ago. When I check for delivery, it says not Yeti. Yeah, very nice. You had me the whole way there, Bubs. Thank you for that. I like it. Rob Deaton, what is your eBay store? I'm kind of new here. My eBay store is really more me buying comics for the last, I don't know, since I think '03 or '05 when I got on that. But it's just Silver Age Dave, and I don't even know if you can find it that way. But maybe at some point I'll put a little thing on there that'd be easy for people to find. But again, I kind of shared this last time. If anyone wanted to buy something on my eBay page, just email me, and we'd work it out in YouTube, friends and family, rather than all the fees and all that stuff. So, hey, Roger's in here. Nice to see you, Roger. Great job last night on the No Faces chat. That was really, really terrific. Mastodon's working. We're all working. Have a drink, right? They can't stop you if you're working from home. All right, you didn't hear that from Silver, but that's the truth. So Roger, I ended up picking up these couple of things off of eBay, which they found me. I got a nice Golden Record reprint, and then I got a nice Golden Record album. These came separately, two different sellers, and this one happens to have Stan Lee's signature on it and a little certificate of authenticity. So that's the real exciting pickups that I wanted to share with people. We'll just stick that down here with the bag. I need to get a record album bag to hold that, or maybe one of those protective frames. Farley's Nerd Cave is the record album king in the comic book community, and so maybe he knows about that stuff. We have, let's see, Johnny, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Holy smokes is right. Yeah, I told the whole story already, and I don't want to freak anyone out, but it was a great story, Roger, and you can, kind of rewind a little. Curtis Campos, nice to see you. Hey, I haven't been doing a lot of regular videos like I used to, and maybe on Johnny Mylan. I changed my name. There you go. Nice to see you, Johnny. They have a record frame for putting them on your walls like pictures, like a laser disc. So there you go. Once Hobby Lobby opens up again, maybe I'll go in there. And Comic Foo's in here. Nice to see you, Comic Foo. So did you guys want to see some Thor books? Because I pulled down, I've got like 5 boxes of Thor comics, and I've got a few of those are graded, but I thought if you guys want to see some Thors, I could just show off some Thor covers. I don't know if Thor gets a lot of love, but I love Thor. And my early Thors, I'm not even listening for a yes. Thor, why not? Scott said. So here we go. You need to spin that thing live. Well, the only problem, I don't have a record player, so I'd have to come to your house. I'm pretty certain you have a record player, maybe that fits LPs. I don't have one. Like most other people, I sold all that stuff. Are these your original Thor you got as a kid? A lot of these are going to be my original Thor. Now, up on the wall, I've got a section where I graded a lot of the early ones. So, like the 126s and all the cream ale you can hold down. Hey, yeah, I can hold down a lot. I run a lot. I collect comics, and I got a taste for the cool beers. Now, this is Bud Light, so that's not a whole lot of ale, but I could probably hold my own. We'll see. All right, so let me see what I just missed here. Um, Show off all you want, says Duncan. Thanks, Duncan. I'm going to show off a couple of those. And Panda 19, do you like Daredevil? P.S. Love your content. Thank you so much, Panda 19. Yeah, I have not found a comic book I don't like. Isn't that really the center of the problem? Is I'll show some of these stores while we're playing. Um, this is 130, that's a beautiful copy of it. I don't know the condition that would be. That is going to be really, really nice. Um, his post of the Golden Record Store on YouTube. It's strange and terrible. Well, there, maybe I'll have to listen to it. Yeah, the problem is, when you love one comic book, typically over time there's going to be some carryover, and I happen to have a couple of those. That's number 130, and then here's 131, and I've got a couple of those too. So what I'll do is I'll just put the doubles on the stack. So there's 130. So, as for Daredevil or Thor or Batman or Spider-Man or any of that stuff, it all comes down, in my opinion, is you have an appreciation for something. And sometimes it's going to be the writing, and sometimes it's going to be the art. Sometimes it's going to be the smell of the stuff or the nostalgia of the stuff. Sometimes it's going to be that paper time machine, like Patrick always says, Luther Manning channel. And I don't know what it is with me. I think for me, it's really the art and just the beauty of it all. And I do lean to the older books, but the newer books are terrific too. So this is 135. I've got a couple of these, and that's that cool color. It was a cream to start with, so it's not like a faded. It's not like a faded. Cover, but that's how they were. Thor had a lot of the, cool covers. And when I was a kid, and I bought a lot of these that we're looking at now for 5 cents a piece. I just thought they were the most beautiful thing I ever saw. It was like Forrest Gump saw Jenny, Well, I saw these comic books. Now, I hadn't seen my wife at that young age. She's the most beautiful thing I ever saw. But Metarog, we talked about it just briefly on the No Faces chat yesterday, and I don't care how many I have. So this is 136. We'll put that one away, and we'll put that one away, and that's a pretty cool one. So back then in high school, I played a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. And, I had a beautiful starter set of Thors anyway. So, for some reason over the course of my collecting career, she might be watching, you never know. It just seemed like, so that was 136. Here's 137. I got a couple of those. Yeah, Luther Manning, a big Vince Coletta fan. Look at that. I mean, how can you, as a kid, and granted, I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, Metarog and Human Fly. I've got a story, remind me, and I'll tell my Human Fly story. Metarog's the boss. That's what I always say. So how could you not love these things? They're just beautiful. Oh, hold on, guys. Yeah, get some of these out of the box. All right, so then we have, this is 138. Now this one is interesting because this one looks pretty white and this one looks cream, but I don't know why that is. I'll show this one. I think this one is easily a 9.0 or better. I have it on back marked as a 9.2 to 9.4, but this is number 138. Hey, Mastodon, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you spending some time with us. Um, so look at that beauty. Then let's see what I missed here. That cover, my favorite. Which one was that? 138? Yeah, that is a great cover. We'll give Patrick another little look-see. You probably have that, though. That's my guess. I'm a great fan of the story of Silver Surfer with his travel around the universe, and since I collect comics, I searched Thor versus Silver Surfer. This beautiful comic is really hard to find. Let me grab this. I'm jumping ahead. We won't get this far, but is it 193? Is that the one you're talking about? Because that's a great comic, and that was one of my grails for a long time. That was missing in the first set that I bought, and then for years I didn't have any, and finally I got one that was in nice condition. This one's a really nice condition here. Very fine near mint, beautiful one. So, but again, we're jumping ahead. Some of these aren't in the box. Some of them I keep in the room or on the wall or somewhere. Then we've got 139. Scott bought a Human Fly comic in Mexico, but it's not English. It's called Spanish Fly. Oh, you guys, between you and Bubs, everyone's getting me. See, I should be reading these comments first. That's funny. It looks like it's moving. Kirby was great at movement. Yeah, I agree. Hey, Bad Avenger's in here. I always gotta cheer Bad Avenger. I love watching the Bad Avenger videos. When he turned me on to Squarriors a long time ago. I'll show a couple Squarriors. I happen to have those sitting out. The most beautiful artwork in comics, and he turned me on to these. It's Devil's Due, but he actually stood up and he cheered for the beautiful artwork. So granted, these are encased, so I can't show off more of the artwork, but look at that. Look how beautiful that is. And I'll show this one too. That's Squirrers #1, Midtown exclusive, and then this is December of 2014 Squarriors. I don't know if it's, let me turn a light on it. I got this new light in a magnifying glass so I can see better. Look at that. Yeah, that light is doing wonders. There's still glare, but can you even see that? It's just tremendous. So thank you so much, Bad Avenger. I think it had three volumes that they did, but it's really weird, the numbering on them, and I couldn't keep track of them. I own a bunch. I love them, but it's hard to know what came first, really. Okay, so anyway, back to Thor. There's 139. Bat got me into it as well. Hey, you know what else Bad Avenger did? Not too terribly long ago, he did a video on some errors, which I loved. Thank you, Bad Avenger. And I ended up picking up two of these. Number 51, and it's these are first print errors. And I think, refresh my memory on this, Bad Avenger, I think this is number 50, but they put number 51 on it, something like that. I don't even remember. I bought these, and then I stuck them here to process into the collection, and I never did anything with them. And I'm quite forgetful. So thank you, Bad Avenger, for so much. So there is number 139, and I gotta move my Squarriors now. I'll put them down here. So we've got a couple of those. I don't even know what I showed. So there's 139. Beautiful. And I think I have some of these. I also have graded copies, but I'm not going to pull those out. And then here's 141, which is cool. Thank you so much to everyone who's joining us today. 39 people it says in the chat right now. That is beautiful. This is 142. I got a couple of those. And as a kid, this was one of my favorite covers. It took me back to the, I guess just the excitement. You got the super. Is that just the color of it? I guess the yellow and the green. Someone did a video at one point, and they were talking about yellow and green covers, and it just was one of them that jumped out at me as being really special. Let's see. Then we have 143, and I've got, for some reason, I've got a bunch of 143s. We'll put this one and this one. I like the color on this one. That one's really nice. So there is 143. And then I gotta grab a few more out of the box. Okay. So then we got 144. I've got a few of those. So let's see what we've got. We'll just put those two back here. Battleground Earth. And then there's 145, another great cover. And I can't tell you, well, I could probably tell you, when I was a kid and I bought these, now not all these were in that 5-cent haul. I think there was probably one of each, maybe a couple had doubles, but all this, the ground was all covered. Oh, and I didn't even notice, I got a cool date stamp on that one. I'll try to get in on it. There's a cool date stamp. Okay. Then we've got 146. I'll show this one. A couple of those. I think if anything, the colors on these, and really the early Captain America, those colors jumped out at me also, but Thor colors always seem to be just so incredibly beautiful. I missed, Scott, which girl? Or which cover. So sorry, I'm not sure which number you were asking about. And then this is 147. One of these is as good as the other, I guess. We'll show this one. That's 147. So, oh, joking about Thor with the white shirt on. That's funny. Mr. Ivira 201, happy to share, man. Thank you so much. And then let's see what we've got. This is 148, which I know I have. Maybe I have two of them graded, but this one's graded, or this one's not graded. It's pretty beat up. I'm not really sure where this came from. Probably was in a collection I bought. Origin of Black Bolt and first appearance of the Wrecker, which this is also one of my favorite covers. I thought the power and just the way the Wrecker was set up in there. Let me see. Yeah, here's a better one. This was one of the 5-cent ones here. And I think these graded low. I think these were in better shape. I'm not going to crack and CPR these, but, you know, they could probably use a little bit of a press. But, you know, when I compare these books, these were done in, I think, '03 when I sent these in. And I think they came back just a little bit low is all. Let's see what we have here. Rock Reinhardt, thank you so much. Yeah, you can't have enough Thors. That's been my mantra. And Jambo Comics, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate you spending time and being in here. And again, great job yesterday. That was really enjoyable live stream, which normally when it's just Bub and Metarog, I get bored. So you really saved the day for me. Just kidding. I really look forward to Monday nights. You guys do a great job. Then we've got 150 right there. Boy, I don't think I've ever shown the Thors. I don't know if I show many comics this way where I go through a box. You know, usually it's random stuff, but we're all having fun, right? It's Tuesday. And what is that? 151. So we got a couple of those. Again, it's hard to pick, you know, which cover is the best cover because they're all just so great. And then here's 152. A lot of action. Okay, and then we jump to 155. I'm guessing I have graded copies over on the wall or somewhere. I've got a bin with graded ones. Hey, you know what? Thanks, Metarog. It would be interesting. I think I've been on the No Faces chat. I think I've been on there once. I don't know. I seem to hear it was probably the lowest rated No Faces chat. So I don't know if that was my fault or, you know, if it would have been really low if I hadn't been there. Who knows? There's 156. I just enjoy Monday nights listening to you guys, and Bubs does a great job emceeing, and you do a great job actually having things people want to hear, and you know, all the comic knowledge. It's just great. All right, so what is that? 156. Another great cover. And then here's 157. We'll show that one. It's a nice one. I hope everyone got a chance to see Alan Garrett's Green Lantern run he had, 1 to 100. It was really great. He just put the video out yesterday, and so much knowledge and wisdom about collecting that he shared. So I couldn't even hardly comment on it because it was such a great video. It's nice to see him active in the community. And, you know, I think he took a bunch of videos down. I'm not sure, but, you know, it'd be a shame if you know, the future loses everything he has, you know, to contribute. Everything he shares is valuable. That one is also one of my favorite Thor covers. The colors on it are just beautiful. And I've got a really nice graded copy of it, high grade one that I love. That reprints Journey into Mystery 83, by the way. So 158, if you want to get a good reprint of, you know, the first appearance of Thor, that's a great place to get it. Let's see. And then this is 160. They look about the same. So I'll just keep them in order, I guess, of how they came out of the box. That one, another cool cover, lots of motion, lots of Galactus. How awesome is that? I was on eBay. Hey, C. Woodard, nice to see you, my man. In order to keep Bub's head from exploding, no covers. Yeah, that I don't. Yeah, I don't know what I could even show. I got my off the rack Power Girl rack. That's about the only big rack I know of in here. That was off the rack. Busha bought me that. I've shown that off before. That's my little story about it. There you go, Bubs. One for you, my man. And let's see what we've got. So this is 161. Look at that bad boy. I just love them. And it would be easy for me if I went through every single comic I could say, and this is my favorite one. And this is another one that I always liked. I do have a few of these. I think I have one or two graded. And it just was always beautiful to me. I always thought it was just such a great cover. And this is a great one. This one happens to be in really nice shape. I don't know what it would get. It's probably a mid-grade, but that's a pretty nice one. And I got a really clean one up on the wall. And then we've got 170. I'll probably stop here in a minute. It's been about an hour, and there's probably a whole lot other stuff going on. I appreciate everyone staying with me a little bit and stopping in and spending time with me. Invasion of the Thermal Man. Crazy. I'll get out one more little group here. The question is, where do you end it? Maybe I'll end it with 184. Oh, geez. Maybe 186. Maybe 189. Maybe 190. Hold on, guys. We'll end it with 190. And I just happened to see some Hella. I know someone was just asking about Hella, so we'll finish with those. Put that down here. Let me see what I'm missing here. Go to the YouTube page of Greg Eber. He's a Golden Record, Thor LP, and tons of other vintage children's records. That's great. Thank you, Grotto. I will be doing that. I had a thought the other day. Why doesn't Ant-Man just shrink Galactus? Disaster averted. He could have a meal in a restaurant. Yeah, there you are. Just shrink him down. Look amazing. I'll have to go back and watch. Hey, Scoons is in here. Nice to see you, Scoons. We have The Wrecker, another favorite cover from when I was a kid. Just a beautiful, beautiful, another Thor cover. Hey, I already lost my thought. That's how fast they come and go, I guess. This is 172. I've got a couple of these. We'll show this one because it's got a date stamp on it, which I didn't realize. I think Alan Garrett said it in his video yesterday. You don't realize how many date stamps you have till you really start going through the collection. But that's got a date stamp. And the stamp is cool because it was stamped in purple across the purple. So it really doesn't stand out much, but it's on there. So that is number 172. You got your Jane Foster right there. The Mind Slave. And then this is 173. Got a couple of those. Another Luther Manning Ulick cover. And we have a December 2nd AM date stamp right there in the T. So that's 173. right, and then this is 174. Here we have 175. What a great cover. Look at that. Try to get up there close so we can see. What beautiful artwork. Just beautiful. The colors, like the city's burning back there. Beautiful. Lots of excitement. Then we have 176. A couple of those. Nelson asks if date stamps affect the value of the comic. I'm going to say no. I think the expert in here would be Luther Manning Patrick. I do not think they affect the value. And in some cases, some people used to avoid them. But I almost think it's gone the other direction now that I think some people are, hunting them, that really want a good, well-placed date stamp. There's some artwork that's awesome. Just can't go wrong with early Thor. If a young collector said, where should I start? Then I would say start with early Thor, because I don't think they're terribly expensive. And I think you could get a lot of great, beautiful books. Here is 177. Brett loves date stamps. See? Yeah, I like date stamps. Now, I honestly, I didn't appreciate them as much. And, for some reason over time, they really grew on me. And I just think they're special. And the other thing that doesn't bug me is tape. If it's old tape on a book, as long as it's not like, all over the place, like making a Frankenstein out of it. But that doesn't bother me too much either. Here's 178. Really nice 15 center. Kevin R. is a fan of date stamps. The list keeps growing. Eventually it's going to have all of us. This is 179. Got a couple of these. And that is a particularly nice one, I think. All kinds of great stuff on that cover, huh? And then here's 180. Even the letterbox is awesome on these. Okay, and here's 182. Got a Doctor Doom appearance. So which one we're going to do? Boy, these look about the same. We'll keep them in order then. Here's 182. Then speaking of date stamps, I cannot pass up the opportunity to show off this again, and that was the price stamp, which I didn't realize it was a price stamp. I think Patrick might have pointed me in that direction, but this comic was marked down to 5 cents. No one wanted to pay 12 cents for it, so apparently they knocked it down to 5 cents. Can you imagine? Love, love, love that stamp. Okay, so then we have, this is 184. See which one we're going to look at. Put those two over there. Back to that yellow cover. Absolutely. Area 51 asks if I have any half cut. Normally it's like a top third that would be missing. And absolutely I do. In fact, let me see something. Give me a minute, fellas. Original. Let me get something here because I just was thinking about it. Give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves. There we go. This is the box. Now I own a few of these. I've got one up on the wall, and then I've got one here. Okay, and lo and behold, there's one right there. So, you know, travesty of travesties. Hey, Scoon, thanks for stopping in, man. Time to make the donuts. So, yeah, you know, back in the day, they would, you know, eliminate a little bit of the cover. But that's okay, because that means you could, you know, for $1, you could pick up something that, you know, otherwise would have been a lot of bucks. And anyway, yes, Area 51 to answer your, yeah, not that book. Don't let Metarog see this. Yeah, it's just how it is, I guess. And actually, this one I think I bought relatively recently, and I paid more than $1 for it. But you know, at a time when you bought those, they were cheaper. That book will always go for more than a. Oh, Metarog's missing the bottom third. Isn't that funny? Yeah, what's the odds? So anyway, so that answered that question. And sacrilege, says Marcus. Thanks, Marcus. We agree, you know, we all agree. So I think I showed that one, the yellow cover with the green. Again, just a great combination you wouldn't think would work, and it works great. Boy, that's a few Thors right there. And then here we go. I forget who asked about Hela, but we made it this far. We'll just a little bit more, and then we'll be done for today, I guess. Unless you guys have questions. Isn't that where we always go south when people have questions? So there's 186. If someone can tell me what number that is, then I might be able to share it. Off the top of my head, I don't know. Here's 189. That's a beauty. That's a beauty, eh? Hey, thanks, Bad Avenger. Whoops, almost dropped her. And then I guess, unless we can figure those out, 130 something. Kevin Taylor's got to go too. He's got a chili con carne dinner. Brilliant show, dude. Thank you so much, Kevin Taylor. I appreciate you, my man. Yeah, I'm going to be getting a run too. So there's 190. That's our last one. And I appreciate you guys. I really do. Thank you so much for spending some time this afternoon. We've been about, well, more than an hour. hour and 10 minutes. But I appreciate you one and all. Be good. Get out. Get some fresh air. Spring is in the air. And I'm thinking of you. Silver Age Dave is out.